06 Bravo 125.
Oh, 06 Bravo 125, that's a copy. Come on back at 96th Street.
96.
Bravo 161 Yankee Stadium.
1908 Delta at 161, that is a copy. Coming back at 145.
Copy 145.
Dispatch, you said the callback for the 14 Bravo is 161.
That's correct. Your callback is 161.
Time for. I'm gonna just proceed with caution because I have that Delta still in front of me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nancy 22, Nancy Columbus at Broadway.
22 Nancy at Broadway, that's a copy. Coming back at Queensboro Plaza.
Traffic Queensboro.
Senator Delta at 59th Street, Columbus Circle, that is a copy. Switch over to Midtown Tower for further instructions. Take and have a safe rest of your trip.
One 61 Yankees for the 14 Bravo.
14 Bravo at 161, that's a copy. Gonna hold you for spacing.
Turn for stop and stand.
1908 Delta is at 205.
1908 Delta
145.
at 145. There's a copy. Take CPW Express lineup and call me back at 125.
Copy 125.
96th Street for the 06 Bravo.
06 Bravo at 96th Street. It's a copy. Call me back at 59th Street, Columbus Circle.
Copy.
1914 Bravo holding at 161. You're clear out. Call me back at 145.
145, total.
$1922 Nancy Columbic at Queensboro.
$1922 Nancy, please repeat transmission.
Columbic at Queensboro.
That's a copy. Switch over to Midtown Tower for further instructions. Take an safe rest of your trip.
22 Nancy Columbic at Queensboro.
22 for Queensboro, that's a copy. Call back at Lex 59th.
Try for Lex.
Okay. Oh, I've been summoned elsewhere. I am stupid. I am so sorry for the 1900 at Rockefeller. Proceed to your next stop, Brian. I've had you there for a good minute. That's not good.
Well,
Where'd my phone go? Phone. Wait a second, that's a copy for the 1900. Call back at Westforth.
Lexington.
Lexington 63rd, that's a copy. Next call back to Midtown 57 and 7.
Mid.
Yes, I did all of that on purpose.
22 near Tacoma, Lexington 59.
That's a copy. Your next callback is also Midtown 57 and 7.
Oh no, we're gonna make a connection.
You might actually be in there, honestly. So you're I mean, you gotta make a stop. That's the thing. You have to stop it for that. 1906 for 59 Columbus. That's a copy. Next copy to 47 50th Street, Rockefeller Center.
Thank you.
I did realize it. I should have used my TF4. Midtown.
Midtown 57, that's a copy. Call back Times for a 42nd.
No, hold if I'm getting close.
Either way. Wait, are you on the curve?
Yeah.
1929, we're gonna hold you briefly for a connection. Hey, at least you don't have to hold when you get to Times Square.
Wait, what's my next callback?
37 at. You're at the layup or just straight up at 96?
Layup.
You proceed to 96 second.
Copy.
1929, your callback to me Times Square.
When?
When?
57.
Okay, cool. 1922, your doors are actually open?
Yep.
Cool. 22 and 29, big connection established. You're going to call back at Times Square 42nd.
I wait for no one.
Bro's leaving.
Well, but 29 is better to hold there than to have to hold at Times Square.
I wait for no one.
Dude, it's too bad.
Have fun at the brick station.
Back.
Oh, 06 Bravo, Rockefeller.
06 for Rockefeller, that's a copy. Let me get your next 42nd. Bryant. West 4th callback at Grand.
I love the grind rails.
Doors open.
Cop for doors open at 96 second. Your next callback to me, Lexington Avenue, 63rd Street. You have lineup to depart.
Yep. Copy for Lex.
Yep.
Second.
Getting close.
Time for 42nd, that's a copy. Your next callback to 14th Union.
Union.
06 Bravo, Black Park.
06 for Bryant Park, that's a copy. Let me know when you get to West 4th.
West Fork.
22 Nantical Omega Times Square Holding.
Yep, you already know the drill. Pain is mandatory.
At least I'm gonna go slow.
$19.22. I will give you clearance to 34th Street Herald Square. Let me know when you arrive. You're going to be restricted to 15 miles per hour.
Copy.
Midtown Tower, 1930s at Queensboro Plaza. Queensboro Plaza, that's a copy. Call back at Lexington Avenue, 59th Street. Lex 59. $1900 for Grand Street. That's a copy. I'm going to yeet into Brooklyn Tower for further instructions. Have a good night. Yeet.
Fetus, fetus. $22 Nantical Omega 34th.
That is a copy. I'm going to hold you briefly. Just for... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yep, you didn't... Nobody saw that.
Hey!
Union.
29 for Union, that's a copy.
What
Call
did
back at Canal Street. The 22, you can proceed
Bravo,
to
West
Canal.
Copy for
The 06 Bravo for West 4th, that's a copy. Next callback is going to be Grand Street.
Grand Street.
repeat callback.
14th Union for the 22.
Lex 63rd for the 37 Quincy.
That's a copy for 37-6. Quincy. You can proceed to 57 and 7th.
Copy.
Love climate rails.
Lexington Avenue, 59th Street, 1930. Lex 59, that's a copy. Call back 57 and 7th. 57 7. You phone, who this? It's 1945. How are you doing? I know you need texture. It's whatever. Fucking yeah. Pardon my life.
22 Nancy Columbia, 14th Street, Union.
That is a copy. Your next callback's going to be Canal Street. But I'm going to need you to hold at the interlocking just before. It's rather Prince Street.
I was gonna say, maybe he's gonna come up with Prince instead.
Yeah, Prince.
True train.
Calling back in Midtown 57.
Midtown 57, that's a copy. Callback time, square 42nd.
Copy.
I'm guessing 29, your Canal? Question mark. 1945, you have lineup out of the layup. Let me know when you get to 96 second. Doors open.
Canal Street.
Canal, that's a copy. Received to Brooklyn Tower for further instructions. After not.
06 Bravo Grand.
06 Bravo for Grand Street, that's a copy. Received to Brooklyn Tower for further instructions. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Yes. 1922, I'm going to update your callback to outside of Canal. Pain is mandatory. Alright, you're clear to hold outside of Canal. Uh, 1922, I'm gonna give you clearance into Canal Street. Should be fine.
Square 42nd.
Down for 42nd, that's a copy. Your next callback's be 14th Union.
Copy.
57th Street, 7th Avenue for the 1930.
57 and 7, that is a copy. Your next callback's to be Times Square 42nd Street. The 1945, that's currently at 96th Street. We'll proceed to Lex 63rd.
To Nancy Columbia, Canal.
That's a copy. Received to Brooklyn Tower for further instructions. Have a good night.
Okay, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
1922 Nancy Columbia, Canal Street.
22 Nancy, Canal Street, that's a copy. I'm gonna hold you for about a minute.
Copy that.
1900 Delta, Barclays Center, that's a copy. Your next call back will be 36th Street.
06 Bravo calling in X154.
06 Bravo at X154, that's a copy. You have the lineup. Your next call back will be DCOB Avenue.
X144 29.
29 Quincy, please hold. You have a Bravo passing in front of you.
Yeah.
22 Nancy, you may proceed out of Canal Street. Your next call back will be Peak of the Bridge.
Copy for Picket Bridge.
06 Bravo DeKalb Avenue.
06 Bravo, DeKalb Avenue. As a copy, your next call back will be Atlantic Avenue.
Atlantic.
29 Quincy holding at the interlocking. Your callback will be DCOB Avenue.
Eco.
To Nancy, your updated callback will be DCOB interlocking next 144.
Copy for interlocking X144.
36th Street, that's a copy for the 1900 Delta. Your next callback will be 9th Avenue, your next stop.
– 1906 Bravo Atlantic.
29. Eco.
06 Bravo at Atlantic, that's a copy. Your next callback is Prospect Park.
Prospect Park.
29 Quincy at DCOB, your next callback will be Atlantic Avenue.
Atlantic.
37 is at Canal Street.
37 Quincy at Canal Street, that's a copy. Your next callback is the peak of the bridge.
Copy that.
22 Nancy, calling back interlocking X144.
"22 Nancy, that's a copy. You have the lineup. Your next callback will be Pacific Street."
Got for Atlantic Avenue.
"37 Quincy, your new updated callback is the decarb interlock in X144.
Copy.
Atlantic.
29 Atlantic, that's a copy. Your next callback will be Prospect Park. Avenue, that's a copy. Your next callback will be 62nd Street, 62.
Bravo, Prospect Park, punching for the Brighton Express lineup.
Copy for Prospect Park. Your next callback will be Church Avenue.
Church Avenue.
Street.
1930 for Canal Street, that's a copy. Your next callback is decarb interlock at X144.
"37 Quincy's decarb interlocking."
37 Quincy, that's a copy for decarb interlock. Your next callback will be Decarb Avenue.
Copy.
1922 Nancy, calling back at Atlantic Pacific.
Copy for Atlantic Pacific. Your next callback will be 36th Street.
Copy for Sunset Park.
Church Avenue for the 06 Bravo.
06 Bravo, that's a copy. Your next callback will be Kings Highway.
Kings Highway.
Prospect.
Prospect, that's a copy for the 29 Quincy. You have the lineup for the local. Your next callback is Church Avenue.
$19.37 Quincy just arrived at the DeKalb Avenue.
Copy for DeKalb Avenue. Your next callback will be your next stop, Atlantic Avenue.
Copy.
Your next callback is DeKalb Interlock and X154.
Copy DeKalb Interlock X154.
Second Street, 1900 Delta, that's a copy. Your next callback will be Bay Parkway.
1930 is at DeKalb Interlock.
That's a copy for the 1930 Nancy. You have the lineup. Your next callback will be Pacific Street.
Copy.
Church Avenue.
That's a copy for Church Avenue. Your next callback will be Newkirk Plaza.
Newkirk.
1922, Nancy calling back at 36.
1922 Nancy at 36th Street, that's a copy. Your next callback will be 59th Street.
Copy for 59th Street.
Calling back at Atlantic Barclays.
Atlantic Barclays, that's a copy for the 37 Quincy. Your next callback will be Prospect Park.
Copy.
08 Delta decop interlocking at 154.
That's a copy for the decop interlock in X154. I'm gonna hold you for about 30 seconds.
Copy order.
R46 Bravo, Kings Highway.
06 Bravo, Kings Highway, that's a copy. Your next callback will be your last stop, Brighton Beach.
Denmark.
That's a copy for the 45 Quincy, raised to the Ball Canal. Your next callback will be decarb interlock in X144.
Tower, you have the 1914 Bravo from Bedford Park to Brighton Beach, calling back at Grand Street, pushing for the Bravo line.
As a copy, your next callback will be decarb interlock in X154.
10-4.
Am I clear to depart decop interlocking 1908 Delta?
You're clear to depart. Your next
Okay.
callback will be bypassing Decarb Avenue.
Copy bypass.
Atlantic Avenue for the 1930.
1930, that's a copy. Your next callback will be 36th Street.
36th Street.
1922, Columbia 59th Street. Punching for Sea Beach.
59th
New
Street,
Kirk
that's a
for the
copy. Your
29.
next 22 Nancy, your next callback will be New Utrecht Avenue.
Copy for New Utrecht.
Who else was calling in?
29 New Kirk.
29 at Newkirk, that's a copy. Your next callback is Kings Highway.
Kings.
08 Delta, your new callback will be Pacific Street.
It was Pacific Street.
Prospect Park for the 37.
Prospect Park, that's a copy. Your next callback will be Church Avenue.
Copy that.
22 Nancy, wind BIE on the signal.
What's your location?
Outside the portal of heading to 8th Avenue.
Okay, what was your reasoning for going BIE?
Passing red signal.
That's a copy. That is a strike. Please recharge your train. Let me know when you're ready to proceed.
Copy that.
1900 Bay Parkway, that's a copy. Your next callback will be Bay 50th Street.
Ready to proceed.
That's a copy. Your next callback will still be New Utrecht Avenue.
Copy.
1908 Delta is at Atlantic Sequence.
Don't worry about it. That's a copy. Your next callback will be bypassing 25th Street.
Copy went back.
06 Bravo. 06 Bravo is terminated at Brighton Beach.
That's a copy for terminating at Brighton Beach. Discharge your passengers. Lock down your train. Thank you for your service. Have a good night.
1930 is at 36th Street.
36th Street, that's a copy. Your next callback is 59th Street.
Copy for 59th Street.
Church
Nice.
Avenue.
Church, who's calling in at Church Avenue?
1937.
37 at Church Avenue, that's a copy. Your next callback is Newkirk Plaza.
Copy that.
1914 Bravo, Bedford Park to Brighton Beach, calling back at decob interlocking X154.
That's a copy. You have the lineup. Your next callback will be Decob Avenue.
Decob turn for
1900 Delta at Bay 50. If that's a copy, your next callback will be your last stop, Coney Island.
Uh, 1908 Delta. What's my callback again?
Bypass 36th Street is your new callback now.
Copy 36.
1945 Quincy, Decob Junction, that's a copy. Please hold. You have a Bravo in front of you.
Kings Highway 29.
Kings Highway for the 29 Quincy, that's a copy. Your next callback will be Brighton Beach.
Brighton Beach.
$19.53 Canal.
53 Quincy at Canal Street, that's a copy. Your next callback will be Decob Interlock, your next 144.
Copy.
'14 Bravo, Decob Avenue, pushing for Brighton.
That's a copy. Your next callback will be your next stop, Atlantic Avenue.
Atlantic Barclays, turn for
45 Quincy holding at the interlock, and your next callback will be Decob Avenue.
$1930s at 59th Street.
That's a copy. For 59th Street, your next callback will be 4 Hamilton Parkway.
4 Hamilton Parkway.
New Utrecht Avenue.
This is Newkirk Plaza for the 1937 Quincy.
That's a copy for the 37 Quincy. Your next callback will be Kings Highway.
Copy.
Uh, 1908 Delta is at 26.
That is a copy. Push for West End. Your next callback will be your next stop, 9th Avenue.
Copy 9th Avenue.
That is a copy for the 1900 Delta. Please terminate your train, discharge passengers. Thank you for your service. Have a good night.
Atlantic Barclays for the 14 Bravo.
As a copy for the 14 Bravo, your next callback will be Prospect Park.
Prospect Park is a copy.
"22 Nancy, that's a copy. Your next callback will be Kings Highway. What is your location? Callback, you know that's a copy. Your next callback will be Atlantic Avenue.
Port Hamilton Parkway, 1930.
1930, that's a copy. Your next callback will be your next stop, New Utrecht Avenue.
New Utrecht.
$53 to call interlocking.
Copy for the call Interlochen. Your next callback will be DeKalb Avenue.
Copy.
New Utrecht Avenue for the 1930.
That's a copy. Your next callback will be Kings Highway.
Kings Highway.
Brighton Beach, 1929.
That's a copy for the 1929 Quincy. Your next callback will be a final stop, Coney Island.
Still well.
1908 Delta 9th Ave.
That's a copy for 9th Avenue. Your next callback will be 62nd Street.
Copy.
Atlantic Avenue, that's a copy. Your next callback. Your next stop, 7th Avenue.
53 to call.
That's a copy. Your next callback will be Atlantic Avenue.
Copy.
1937 is at Kings Highway.
37 Quincy, Kings Highway, that's a copy. Your next callback will be Brighton Beach.
Copy.
This is the 1914 Bravo Bedford Park to Brighton Beach, calling back at Prospect Park, pushing for Brighton Express line.
That's a copy for the 14 Bravo. Your next callback will be Church Avenue.
10-4 Church Avenue.
Nancy Colombica Kings Highway.
That's a copy for the 1922 Nancy. Your next callback will be your final stop, Coney Island.
Copy for Still Avenue.
1945 Quincy, that's a copy for 7th Avenue. Your next callback is Prospect Park.
1953 Atlantic.
1953 Atlantic, that's a copy. Your next callback will be 7th Avenue. 45 Quincy, your next callback will be Prospect Park.
Church Avenue for the 14 Bravo.
14 Bravo, that's a copy. Your next callback will be Kings Highway.
Kings Highway is the 10-4.
Still.
That's a copy for the 29 Quincy. Terminate your train, discharge your passengers. Thank you for your service. Have a good night.
$1930s at Kings Highway.
That's a copy for the 1930 Nancy. Your next callback will be your final stop, Stowell Avenue.
Copy for Coney Island, Stowell Avenue.
53 7th Avenue.
53 7th Avenue, that's a copy. Please hold. You have train traffic in front of you.
Copy.
Calling back at Sheepshead Bay for 37. $1937 is at Sheepshead Bay.
That's a copy. Your next callback will be your next stop.
Copy that.
1908 Delta 52nd Newton.
That's a copy. Your next callback will be Bay Parkway.
Not Bay Park.
That is a copy for Prospect Park. You're gonna make a battery run to Newkirk. You're gonna stop at Church Avenue and Newkirk Plaza. Your next callback will be Church Avenue. '53 holding at 7th Avenue. You're clear to depart. Your next callback will be Prospect Park.
Knew it.
Brian Beach for the 1937 Quincy.
1937 Quincy, Brighton Beach. That's a copy. Your next callback will be your last stop, Stillwell Avenue.
Copy.
22 Nancy terminated at Coney Island, Stillwell Avenue.
That is a copy. Discharge your passengers. Thank you for your service. Have a good night.